I am here to throw a light on TET 2014 recruitment process and many court cases arising out of it, one of which is filed by B.P.Ed candidates dated 26 2023 WPA 27732 of 2022, Biswajit Dolui and others versus State of West Bengal and others. So we will follow up the case and see and throw a light on the case and the points. The petitioners submit that they were trained candidates through B.P.Ed degrees. What is B.P.Ed degree? Full form is not written, we don't know. Bachelor in primary education or bachelor in physical education. It can be both for B.P.Ed. Here it is not mentioned. It is a court order, I think, but it is not mentioned. The West Bengal Board of Primary Education did not consider them as a trained candidates. The West Bengal Board will consider anybody as a trained candidate if he has taken training in, suppose, swimming, cricket. But the problem is not with the training. If anybody comes with any type of training, it will be not considered in any vacancies. We have to see what was the eligibility criteria and did the court verified the applicant of the B.P.Ed candidate, that is the recruitment rule when published, was the recruitment rule when published by the board then in 2017 during the recruitment process, have those criteria conditions. What type of trained candidate can be taken? Those who have trained in driving can be taken as teachers. Those who have trained in computer can be taken as teachers, considered trained. Those who have taken training in swimming can be considered as trained or not. Trained doesn't means anyone who is trained in any field. So we have to first check the conditions. Before that, we will first go through this whole process, and they were not considered for recommendation. Thus their opportunity to be engaged as teachers had been denied. This they came to know after 6.5 years that they were denied. This recruitment was completed in 2017, and in the beginning of 2017, end of 2016, and after 6.5 years they came to know that they should file a case. This is illogical. How can you come to know that you have to file a case and you were not considered what we are doing for so long time? This is another point. The petitioners submit that as the 2016 recruitment process in the respect of large number of candidates had been set aside by the court has set aside the 2000 recruitment process. So did the court also want to design new set of guideline for the recruitment process, or the court is setting aside the 2016 recruitment process and will have to follow the rules and criteria condition of then in 2016? We have to see that also. If you have set aside, that means do you also want to insert new sets of rules, new recruitment rules, new type of trained candidate in that recruitment process, new type of cut-off marks, new type of panel, everything you want to set new, that after 6.5 years. Then with a direction to hold fresh recruitment process for 2016 candidate, the recruitment process is not ordered for fresh recruitment, or it is absolutely wrong. The 2016 candidates were only asked by the court for re-interview because the court believes that there had been some corruption in the process of recruitment, and it believes it do not have any proof. It only believes. If it has a proof, it should have sent those candidates in jail, but it do not have any proof. It is only a belief. So everything is working on the belief process, assumptions. The petitioners training qualification should be taken into account by the board. Yes, if you are a petitioner and have a training qualification in swimming, if your training qualification in driving, if your training qualification in any field, you have applied for as a trained candidate. Okay, very nice. I did not find any illegality. Illegality, it is not illegal. If you are applying for a job, it is not illegal. And unreasonableness, we do not know this is reasonableness or unreasonableness. This is absolutely, I think, on my view, it is unreasonableness. If you have to first verify the documents of the panel and verify the documents of the then rules and criteria laid down by the recruitment panel. What is that matching or not matching? If it is not matching, then you cannot apply with your training certificates, any type of training certificate. So I do not find any ineligibility or unreasonableness in the writ application and the prayer made before me. Therefore, I direct the West Bengal Board of Primary Education to consider the petitioner's candidate as and when the new. So anybody can go with a training candidate and on assumption basis can be considered as a applicant or candidature for appearing in the interview process. So it is a new sets of rules have been created, or maybe I do not also know, anybody do not know, you also do not know what were the actually eligibility criteria then back in 2016. So let us see the notification back in the year 2016. What was the notification then when the vacancy came up? So if after the vacancy came up, you were not allowed, you were not recommended, why didn't you file the case then, a writ petition? Why didn't you go to the court then during that period? I will like to get the answer of that also. Now we will find what was this we have seen already. The Babita Sarkar case has happened on basis of assumptions only, without verification. The court has given her appointment as a teacher in SSC without verifying her document. Later it was found that her documents were invalid and she has secured less, and therefore she also lost her job. So verification is must. Before doing anything, we must have to verify the documents of any one candidate and check that whether he or she is eligible, or a group of candidates are eligible for appearing for the job or not, and then you have to consider and ask them. So on basis of assumptions, you cannot pass anything, you cannot say anything. I can also say many things on basis of assumptions, but if you have all this power, you have more responsibility. So let us see the recruitment rule back then. In that time of period when the vacancy was announced, what was the recruitment rule? Qualification: citizens of India or such other nationalities are declared eligible. It is also written such other nationalities, that means Bangladeshis, Sri Lankans, Nepalis, Maldives, Africans will also be allowed. If they will apply next time, I consider the court will also allow them to appear for the interview. Are declared eligible by the government of India, as declared by the eligible by the government of India. If new rules allowing them, then in the past also you can go back in time travel and can apply. Completed the age of 18 as per this, and whatever age this is, higher secondary pass under West Bengal Board of Higher Education or its equivalent, at least 50% mark, and 2-year diploma in elementary education. This was only the training that you must have secured to get training qualification marks, that is 2-year diploma in elementary education. If you have other types of training, you can apply, but you will not get extra 10 marks for having a trained certificate. That in accordance with the NCTE. Or you can also apply if you do not have 2 years diploma. If you do not have 2 years diploma, then why will you apply? If you have graduations, irrespective of marks obtained and 2-year diploma in elementary education. If you are graduate, then you don't need 50% in higher secondary, and you don't need 2-year diploma also in diploma, not in computer, diploma not in driving, okay, diploma not in technical education, but diploma in elementary education, diploma not in physical education, diploma not in primary education, but in elementary education, by whatever name known, and qualified also in that, qualified in TET also. After, before that you have to TET qualified also. Ability to read, write, speak in the language related to the medium. If you apply for Hindi medium, you must read, write, speak that medium. Santhali, Urdu, Bengali respectively you must have. That means if you have TET qualified, you cannot apply in any other medium, or if you have diploma in elementary education also, you cannot apply in any medium as per as your suit. The person qualified in the TET and having the qualification of HS passed under the West Bengal Board of HS or equivalent with at least 50% mark graduations without 2-year diploma. See, without 2-year diploma in elementary education, that means other qualification like B.Ed or B.P.Ed are not here considered, not written. So you have not you were not able to challenge this recruitment process back then in 2016. You couldn't challenge it because it was clearly mentioned before application also. You, before applying, by whatever name will be also eligible, but you were eligible to apply and you have applied because you have many training qualification, but you can also apply for the appointment of primary teachers in the state, subject to the condition. But there was a condition that those who are appointed without the professional qualification, that means you got the appointment and do not possess the diploma in elementary education, but you have other types of qualification. Some people also didn't qualify, but they still have other types of qualification. What will they do? They shall acquire the professional qualification within the period of 2 years from the year of appointment. That means you have to pass the diploma training course after getting your job within the period of 2 years. Okay, this means that anyone who has got any type of eligibility certificate can file a case and get a chance in the interview. Is that possible? What do you think, viewers? Please comment.